Hey, how y'all feeling about all that Johnny Depp Amber Heard bullshit? Some shit, right? It's like nobody came out clean on that one, except for the turd in the bed. That motherfucker got the best. You know what I'm saying? You got that poop, that piece of poop got 15 minutes of fame. So my name's Elliot Kim. I know I don't look like somebody who would have a last name Kim. It's because I have a Korean grandmother who's actually kind of a badass. You can look her up. Her name was Kim Soo-im, Sooim, for her last name Kim. East Asians, the family name goes first, right? But she was actually, she was raped, tortured, and executed on trumped-up espionage charges at the outbreak of the Korean War, right? So, yeah, my dad was about a year and a half old when she was literally shot by a firing squad. Again, you can look her up and verify this. Like, you're all like, this motherfucker's making some shit up right now. Nope, 100% motherfucking true. So my dad was about a year and a half old when she was shot by a firing squad. Hey, it's Sunday, fuck it, right? But anyways, and so he was adopted by a South Korean couple who happened to be Seventh-day Adventists, and they didn't move to the States. So he was like 21, 22. Actually, kind of side note, the reason that, so anyways, my adopted Korean grandparents, one of them was a nurse, and the other was he was a carpenter, and he was also a Seventh-day Adventist minister, of all things. The Japanese did the whole, Japanese occupied Korea, for those who don't know, from late 1890s until the end of World War II, 1945. They were not into the whole Adventist pastor thing, so they did the whole water torture on his shoulder, and it fucked with him for the rest of his life. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, so they obviously, so my dad's born in 1949, they adopted him in 1950, which is the year the Korean War started, also known as the Forgotten War. Yes, I've been a history professor for 7 years. They applied for visa applications to the United States, and it was denied for 20 odd years until the 70s, and there was a nursing shortage. My adopted grandmother was a nurse, and so that's how they got across. It was denied for all those years, almost 2.5 decades, because some well-meaning, this is the 1950, right? So the beginning, early McCarthyism and all that, this anti-Soviet Union, all this shit, right? Some well-meaning U.S. missionary in South Korea wrote a letter to the State Department and said, the South Korean couple that's trying to immigrate knowingly and willingly adopted the son of a communist spy, so you should never let them into the fucking country. And that letter to the State Department managed to block their visa applications for 20 odd years until the early 1970s. They're like, oh shit, we need nurses. Oh fuck, you were a nurse in the Korean War? Come on over. You know what I'm saying? Crazy shit. So that's why my last name is Kim. So I've been a teacher for the past few years. I had to give it up, actually. Well, I didn't. It was in my best interest to give it up after the first year. And again, I was wishing I was a musician, playing bass and shit like that. And I got tendonitis from all the grading and shit like that. 6 months into teaching, I bust my ass for 8 fucking years, grad school, all that bullshit, right? To get to that point. And 6 months in, I'm like, I can't wipe my ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm brushing my teeth, it's getting painful. I chopped all my hair out because it was a pain in the ass to brush. I was like, this ain't fucking working right now. And I go to the doctor and he's all like, what do you do for a living? I was like, oh, part-time history professor. And he's all like, oh, a lot of writing, a lot of grading. I was like, yeah, that's all I fucking do, grade papers. He's like, you need to find another job. He's like, motherfucker, you say so anyway, so I had to decide, do I want to teach or be able to masturbate? And the obvious choice, so here I am. Anyways, real quick, I'll wrap it up. Y'all see that little gaff? George G.W., any other 80s babies? Yeah, y'all remember, but anyways. Y'all saw that little gaff, right? He's all start trying to talk shit on Russia and Putin. He's all like, this unjustified evil, an invasion of Iraq. Ukraine, right? And then he literally, though, he was all like, put a tag on that shit, right? He's like, well, actually. Anyway, about 500,000 dead Iraqis, not laughing.
No.
Have a good night, folks. My name's Elliot Kim. Coming out on Sunday. Shout out to the hosts. Have a good night.